All right, good evening and welcome to our Hour of Code webinar. We're really excited to talk all the things tonight with Computer Science Week coming up and our Hour of Code. So we are Code West Virginia, and we are a partnership with the West Virginia Department of Education, WVU, Code.org, and Apple. Our professional development is offered at no cost to educators in West Virginia through this partnership, and we provide support for any high-quality, no-cost computer science curriculum. All right, so our mission is that to build a local community of computer science educators to ensure all West Virginia students have access to learn computer science. Okay, so who are we? I'm Amber Stoffel. I am the Code West Virginia coordinator. I am based in Morgantown, West Virginia at WVU. And my background is I am a K-5 STEM teacher, and I have used this curriculum previously in my STEM lab. So if you ever have any questions about any of our programs or how to get started with computer science, I'm your person. And then we have two of our facilitators with us tonight. We have Jen Reeves and Nellie Cottle. Jen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, welcome everybody. We are so glad that you are here. Thank you for taking your valuable time to be here with us tonight. We very much appreciate taking just a few minutes to learn a little bit more about the Hour of Code. My name is Jen Reeves. I am the Technology Integration Specialist and EdTech Leader at Milan Park Elementary. We are a pre-K-5 elementary school in Morgantown, West Virginia. I have been a Code.org Computer Science Fundamentals Facilitator for 5 years now. It's been wonderful. I've enjoyed every moment. And if you'd like to follow me and learn some more about me and my journey and everything computer science related, you can follow me on Twitter at JZWVU07. And I'm going to turn it over to Nellie.
Hi, I'm Nellie Cottle. I am in the southern end of West Virginia in Monroe County. I'm a technology integration specialist at Peterstown Pre-K 8. So I teach technology and STEM and help students with all kinds of, and teachers with all kinds of technology needs. I do use the Code.org curriculum with my students, and I love teaching computer science. So thanks for joining us.
All right, so we have a few goals for this session tonight. So as we go along, our workshop that we're going to be going through tonight is kind of broken into three main parts. So first, we're going to be talking a little bit about what is computer science. We're going to talk about why computer science is super important in the state of West Virginia and why everybody should be teaching computer science. We're also going to be talking about what is the Hour of Code. If you've never heard of it before, we're going to talk a little bit about it and how you can get your class and your school involved in the movement, this global movement of the Hour of Code. Then we're going to learn a little bit more from Amber about what Code West Virginia offers as far as workshop opportunities and professional development to continue your learning after you leave and after you've finished up your Hour of Code. So let's get started. So we're going to start out our night talking about what is computer science. There's a lot of misnomers about what computer science is and what computer science is not. So here we go. So what computer science is not. Computer science often gets confused as this kind of vocational technology class about teaching only digital literacy, and it's just educational technology. It's just using technology is computer science. And that's not what computer science is. Computer science is much more than that. Computer science is teaching kids how to think. It is teaching them how to problem solve and decompose problems. It's teaching kids how to analyze and think deeper about the problems that are facing our world today and about how we can use the power of computer science and the power of technology to make our world a better place. And I don't know about you, but as a teacher, I know that I want to make sure that I'm giving my kids the foundational basic skills they need to be a great learner now and in the future. And in the future, computer science is something that's not going away. It is that future of problem solving and using data to solve big problems. So who can teach computer science? Well, you are a computer science teacher. We are all computer science teachers. You do not need a specialized degree or any special training to be a computer science teacher. Code West Virginia believes that any motivated teacher, no matter your background, no matter what your ability level is, no matter if you're a beginner or an advanced or you've had no experience at all, Code West Virginia believes that through teaching computer science, through our code.org courses, as well as getting your feet wet with something like the Hour of Code, like we're going to talk about tonight, that anybody, absolutely anyone, can be a computer science teacher. So this is a little bit about our role here in West Virginia and what schools we have trained to teach computer science. So this is a heat map. It shows you our entire state here. So the blue areas are areas where it's less concentrated teaching computer science, and in the areas where it's red and white are the most concentrated areas where computer science is being taught. Now, we want to see, as Code West Virginia, we want to see this whole map lit up in red and white, because we want all of our teachers and all of our counties to be teaching computer science and bringing it into their classrooms. And the Hour of Code is a great way to do that. So at Code West Virginia and with computer science, a lot of times there is this kind of equity gap between the opportunity to learn in our state. And it is, we believe at Code West Virginia, that every student deserves the opportunity to learn, no matter what their ability level, no matter what their grade, no matter where they live or their socioeconomic status. Every student deserves the opportunity to learn computer science as a foundational skill that is integrated into their core curriculum. And computer science jobs are on the rise. They are the best paying, fastest growing, fastest source of all new wages in the United States. And I don't know about you, but when I'm thinking about a job that I want my students to have and have the opportunity to have in the future, computer science is one of them, because it's going to offer them a great, well-paying job where they can work wherever they want. And 86% of students in rural and small town schools believe that computer science is going to be important in their job. If you ask a student what they want to do and what they want to be when they grow up, so many more of our students are saying, hey, I want to work as an engineer, or I want to design and build things, or I want to be a YouTuber, or I want to design robots. That's where our students are, their minds are. Technology is such a big part of their lives. And we know that our students are engaged and excited about technology, and teaching computer science is just that way, to teach them the skills they need to not just consume the technology, but to create the technology of tomorrow. And we know that computer science teaches critical thinking and problem-solving skills. And as a teacher, I know that I want my students to be able to think about a problem that I give them. A lot of times when we give students a problem, or we give them a set of instructions, and we're like, hey, we want you to do this first, unpack your backpack, and we want you to put your folder away in your mailbox, and then any new notes, you need to put them in this box. We give a bunch of instructions, and then our students are like, what am I supposed to do? I love that computer science teaches our kids that step-by-step algorithmic thinking, where they can really take a problem and decompose it and be like, all right, so first I need to do this. Next, I need to do that. And for a lot of our kids, especially coming out of this kind of crazy, unstructured pandemic life that we've come out of, computer science is that way to ground them back in their thinking, teach them those analytical skills, to give our kids those step-by-step instructions that they're then going to understand and be able to solve that problem on their own. We can see here that STEM careers are always going to be on the rise, but we can also see here that our annual job offerings to students in computer science are growing at an astonishing rate. So computer science jobs are always going to be at the forefront of all of our jobs around the world. So more important than the tech workforce pipeline, computer science is now a foundational subject for all 21st century careers, making access to the knowledge an equity issue that has to be addressed. So a lot of times it's been these students who are in this group are able to, they're working above grade level anyway. We're going to give them some extra work. We'll let them work on the coding and the robotics. when we're thinking about an equity issue, we're thinking about that disparity there. We want every student to get those 21st century skills so that they can have access to those 21st century jobs. So computer science is fundamental for every student's success. Research has shown that students perform better in other subjects when they are learning computer science. They excel at problem solving and are 17% more likely to attend college. So why should we be teaching computer science in the state of West Virginia? We know that computer science is something we should be teaching everywhere, but more specifically, why in West Virginia? Well, right now we have about 1,300 open computer science jobs. That's a lot of jobs. Right now, our schools are 38% of our high schools are teaching AP computer science. We want to get that number up to 100. Our average salary of an average computer science job in the state of West Virginia is around $75,000. It's a great, well-paying job. And we can see here that 405 AP computer science exams were taken last year. So our numbers are increasing, they're going up, but there's still lots of work to do. So even more the reason why we should be teaching computer science in the state of West Virginia, it is now the state law. So Governor Justice set the law that makes West Virginia the first state in the nation to require that students have access to a computer science course before they graduate high school. And we have new computer science and technology standards that all of our educators in the state of West Virginia are bound by, just like how we have standards for everything else. Our core subjects, English, science, math, even our related arts. We now have dedicated computer science and technology standards that are bound by all of our educators in our state. You can access those standards by going to the short link here. And it's just another really important reason why computer science should be at the forefront of what we're teaching here in the state of West Virginia. So I'm going to hand it over to Nellie. Now that we've learned a little bit about computer science, what it is, why we should be teaching it. Now I'm going to throw it to my friend Nellie, and she is going to share with us what is the Hour of Code? How can you get your kids involved? What does an Hour of Code even look like? And how can you get started with bringing computer science into your classroom with this little sneak peek with the Hour of Code? So Nellie, take it away.
Thanks, Jen. Well, the Hour of Code has been around since 2013, and it is the first full week of December every year. And this year, that is December 5th through the 11th, is the Hour of Code week. So sometime during that week of December 5th through the 11th, we encourage every teacher to try an Hour of Code activity with their students, or maybe several Hour of Code activities with their students. And I know it can seem overwhelming or intimidating to many teachers who haven't done this before and feel like they don't know anything about coding or computer science. But I promise you that these activities come in quite a wide range of age levels and ability levels. So you will be able to find something and you will be able to learn along with your students. So the Hour of Code was started in 2013, like I said. And it is in honor of Admiral Grace Hopper, whose birthday is December the 9th. The Hour of Code is a great way to get students interested in coding and computer science, which, as Jen said, they're already interested in it. And they spend much of their day, as expected, with their reading and math activities that are very fundamental and very important, no matter the age level. Even our youngest students and our oldest students, they need those math and reading skills. But I spent 10 years as a first grade teacher, and now I'm in my 6th or 7th year as a technology integration specialist and a technology teacher. And I know that even the youngest students can learn about computer science, they can do coding activities, and it is also a very fundamental skill. So just like learning reading and math, learning about computer science is a basic fundamental skill in today's age where they're exposed to technology everywhere. And so much of everything they do revolves around technology. Knowing how it works, knowing how people code and program and give instructions to computers is a very fundamental skill. Like Jen said, there are so many jobs out there, and that number of jobs is increasing every day. Getting students started with a good basic understanding of computer science, coding, and programming at a young age will help them so much as they grow and develop. So this is a great place to start. So the Hour of Code is like a sneak peek into the many fun and engaging coding lessons available on code.org and beyond. So these are available Hour of Code activities through code.org, but also through many other platforms. So to start, you can go to, if you're asking yourself, where can I find these activities? You can go to the website hourofcode.com, hourofcode.com/us/learn, just hourofcode.com. It's a great place to start learning about Hour of Code activities. Once you get to hourofcode.com, you will be able to sort. So the how to get started with an hour of code, go to hourofcode.com, and you will see that you can sort activities because there's so many activities available and linked on hourofcode.com that you can sort them. So there are pre-reader activities for the youngest students, all the way up through the different grade bands, early elementary, middle, high, all the grade bands, all the age levels. You can also sort activities by level of experience. If your students are beginners, you can just look at the beginner level activities. Or if they have a little bit more experience, they have maybe feel a little more comfortable already, then you can just sort through the activities that have that comfortable level of experience. There, you can also sort in many other ways. So on hourofcode.com, you can sort by what type of device you have in your classroom. Is it a laptop? Is it a tablet? There are also activities available that don't need a device at all. You can teach computer science. You can do an hour of code just with an unplugged activity where you're getting your students to do some hands-on or maybe some movement activity where they're going to understand how does computer science work? What is an algorithm? And that experience alone is so important. It's a great place to start. So in addition to code.org, the links on Hour of Code include other platforms, other websites such as Microsoft MakeCode, Scratch, Google, Codable, and many more. So it's a great place to find how the wealth of activities that are available out there. And once you get started exploring, you may find a website that your students love, that they want to spend more time on, and that you may use beyond the Hour of Code. So when we talk about the Hour of Code activities that are available on code.org, you have activities that students get excited about because they love a certain thing. They may love Minecraft, or they may love Frozen. But if that's something that they're interested in, Star Wars, there are themes to some of these activities that are kind of a good engaging hook that the students are going to love. And they're easy step-by-step instructions. So even if the teacher doesn't know anything about coding or computer science, just pulling up one of those activities and following those step-by-step instructions with your students will help you learn along with them. So you're going to learn right along with them. Now, many of the activities have teacher guides that you can download and follow along ahead of time, and follow along with your students, or just follow the step-by-step instructions that the students are given. So you could do it as a whole group. You could put students in small groups or pairs, one-to-one devices, however works best for you. So what's new this year? So every year since 2013, there has been a week-long Hour of Code Computer Science Education Week. And every year, they try to update it and give us something new. So on code.org, for example, this year we have some new resources from NASA. So code.org this year is partnering with NASA for a special Hour of Code feature about computer science in space. Very cool. There's some good little videos on there from astronauts at the International Space Station and scientists who work for NASA. They will walk you through some of these cool activities step by step. So you'll do a few steps with code, and then you watch a little video, and then you'll do a few more steps with the code and try out different things. And all along, you have real scientists or real astronauts explaining how this works. And it's some of the stuff that they actually are using at NASA. They're explaining that science concept along with the Hour of Code activity that the students are doing. There's also a new feature this year called Hello World. The Hello World activities introduce students to basic coding skills and even up through giving students the confidence to create apps. So there's a variety of Hello World activities that are new this year. And there's 6 fun themes for the Hello World activities, including space and food and emojis and sports. So it's really things that are going to hook your students in and really engage them and get them excited about computer science. So I hope that everybody is excited as we are and ready to get involved and engaged in Hour of Code and teaching computer science. Whether you teach reading or math, whether you're elementary, middle, or high school, just giving students a little bit of time to explore these activities or exploring these along with your students, you're going to see that this is something that many students enjoy. There's problem solving, which is a wonderful skill. Trial and error, figuring out why something didn't work and then trying it a different way, understanding that with some of these activities that there's not just one right solution, letting students work together, collaborate and communicate with each other, share ideas. And I'll go back to what Jen said about equity and my personal experience with using coding in the classroom, kindergarten through 8th grade. I have found that when I first started doing this 6 or 7 years ago, that the students who had done any coding at all, the students who had used code.org were the gifted students. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm glad the gifted teacher was doing the coding with the students. That's great. But they would raise their hand and say, yeah, I did this with my gifted teacher. Well, I was doing it in the general ed classrooms, and they had not had the opportunity to do it before. And the more I have used coding lessons, code.org, an Hour of Code with all students, I have found that it is your students who struggle in reading and math that were the best at solving coding challenges. It gave them a really exciting feeling of success to be able to go around and help other people and show them how they solved these problems. So please don't discount the fact that some students who aren't successful in reading or math or other subject areas can be very successful at these coding activities. And that is a wonderful feeling for them. And that means that they have a talent that was untapped. So I really hope you give it a shot. And if you need any help, you can always reach out to us and to Code WV. And any questions, we would love to work with you and help you reach more students with computer science in West Virginia. Thank you. All right, back to Amber. Amber's going to tell us what's next and how to join the movement Computer Science in West Virginia.
All right, so the code.org vision is that every student in every school has the opportunity to learn computer science as part of their core K-12 education, which is very in line with Code West Virginia's vision, which we talked about at the very beginning. So how can this look? You have dipped your toe into the hour of code. Computer science may not seem so scary now. Your kids are excited to have this in their classroom. So where do you go from here? And that's where we come in. So we offer computer science curriculum, which is a full set of curriculum, whereas the hour of code are just 45-minute to hour-long activities that are independent and student-driven. So there's actually a complete curriculum pathway. It starts from kindergarten and goes all the way through 12th grade. Each course can build off of one another, or they can be taught separately. Besides APCSA, APCSA is the only curriculum where students need prior computer science experience to enroll in that one. And both of the AP courses that we offer are both College Board and WVDE approved. They also count for your AP Institute when you go through the program yourself. There's also lighter options at the elementary level. There's a pre-reader and an express. So maybe you don't have as much dedicated time that you would like to have in your elementary classroom. And sometimes these courses can fit in nicely with that. Code.org also provides, they've just started providing courses that help you integrate computer science into your ELA or your math. I know they have a new poetry unit, which is really cool out there. And so if you came to CS Fundamentals, we would be able to go through that a little more. Okay, so what do the workshops look like, and how can you enroll with them? So our elementary K-5 is a one-day workshop. It is about 7 hours, and we just do it in one day. We offer it both virtually and in person. And then we also offer a deep dive workshop, so you come in for the intro, you go back out and teach it, you come back for the deep dive. And in the deep dive is where you really get into your teaching experiences so far, and you share out what you've learned, things you still need to work on. And so it's not so much diving into the curriculum and diving into the Code.org world, but diving into your teaching and your experiences so far, which is very valuable. So our middle and high school workshops are a little different. You apply for those in the spring, and actually our applications will open up in January. And then you come for a full week. So it's a 5-day training, and then we do 4 follow-ups throughout the year, and we schedule those based on where you should be teaching roughly, so that you have support throughout the entire year that you're teaching at. We do have dates in our workshops up on our Code West Virginia website, and we are currently adding in additional elementary workshops. So if you would keep an eye on that, we're really excited to be hosting those soon. APCSA is our newest one. We just did our first cohort this year, so we're excited to offer it again next year. And during the summer next year, the week of July 10th, we will also be offering additional elementary courses and workshops so that elementary teachers can gain additional hours for their accreditation. So again, during COVID in 2019, we did pivot to virtual. And so we are still utilizing our virtual workshops. Being such a rural area, we have found a lot of success in bringing in teachers all over and not having to have travel issues or weather-related issues. And so we do offer both in-person and virtual. Okay, so why attend? What's the point? You get hands-on experience. All of our facilitators are in-state, they're local. They have all taught the curriculum. You get a chance to collaborate and work with other educators teaching this, other teachers who are new to it, who may have similar experiences or issues that you might have. You get a full curriculum guide, lesson plans, all the activities, the printables, and then you also get professional development certificate at the end. And then the co.org is really great with providing swag for all their teachers. Now, if you do attend the middle or high school and there's some travel involved, we also will cover any travel lodging reimbursements with that. You also get accreditation for this. So at the elementary level, you have to do both the intro and the deep dive, and then you have to do additional hours through WV Learns. For middle and high school, you do the 5-day workshop and then the 4 follow-ups, and your hours are automatically met. You can also earn 6 hours of non-degree credit. I'm going to bring everyone back now. So that was a lot of information. You can get most of this information on our Code West Virginia website, which we shared. You're also always welcome to email me or reach out to us on Twitter. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Jen, you think we missed anything?
I don't think so. I think just the big takeaways here are try it out. Start with an hour of code.
Yeah.
We want everybody in West Virginia to try at least 1 hour. We want to increase that heat map, right? Make it red, all red and white. Really get everybody excited about teaching computer science. And once you get your feet wet, think about coming for a workshop because like Amber said, it's totally free. I don't know if she said that part, but I want to reiterate that part because that's the part that I'm the most excited about, that I'm always the most excited about because I have this motto, and if it's free, it's for me. So I know when someone's offering me free professional development and it's not going to cost me any money, they're going to pay for my travel, they're going to pay for my food, they're going to make sure I get some sweet swag. I'm totally in. So I love that Code West Virginia is able to provide that for our state and able to provide that professional development opportunity. And one more thing that I wanted to touch on is that if you're like, hey, this sounds super great. Like I would really like to attend a workshop. I would really like to learn more about this, or I would really like for a facilitator to come into my school and we could do like a whole school professional development. Please know that all of these opportunities are available and they are all free. Like I feel like I have to say that like 100 times because, and the great thing about code.org, everything that code.org offers, including the hour of code, is all free. It costs you no money. There's no subscription software. There's nothing to purchase. It allows you to bring computer science to your students at no cost to you, at no cost to your school, and be able to meet our state standards and bring computer science and spread it across our entire state.
And let me just add that there are trained code.org facilitators, trainers all over the state, no matter where you're located. You don't have to travel to Morgantown or Charleston. There are teachers like myself in the very most southern part of the state who are willing to travel to your school to do a training. So if we have enough interest, if you reach out and you say, I've got 5 or 10 teachers in my county, we want to get together and do a training. If you reach out to Code WV and let us know, we can easily set something up. So if it's something that you're like, oh, I wish I knew more about this, and maybe I'm a little nervous to try this with my students because I don't know that much about coding, a day-long workshop will show you how easy and accessible it is for everybody. And as Jen said, it's free. So all you have to do is reach out. We're all over the state. We can come to you. We can do something in your region, in your county, help you learn more about computer science and give your students the opportunity to learn computer science at any age. So please try the Hour of Code and reach out for more information and to set up a training or workshop, because it's all about the kids and their future. Thanks.
And I will say, if you do decide to do an Hour of Code, there is a place on code.org for you to register, but it's really just to add you and your school and your class to our West Virginia map. I think we're at 133 events for the state as of right now. So we would love to see that number go up. And so and there's nothing comes with adding to it. It just increases our participation within the state, and it's something we want to celebrate. So if you do decide to do Hour of Code, please add your event, even if it's just you and your class, to the map so that we could see everybody who's participating throughout the state.
Yes.
Okay, so we've given you tons of information. Here are some of our valuable links that we think would be useful for you. So we have our email, our website. You can also do a Google search for Code West Virginia, and our website pops up if that's easier to remember. There's a place for you where you can go to find workshops. And then we've also linked all of the WVDE CS information and those standards as well. All right, well, we thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And if you have any questions, or if there's any way we can support you as you take on computer science in your classroom or maybe in your school, please reach out. We are always here. We're always willing to help. And we're just really excited about Hour of Code, and we hope that you participate in it. Thank you.
Thank you.